Hello and welcome to the channel extra where I go through my state fair entries that I put in and I guess read off what they said to me about them. So I gave you an intro of what we're doing today. Let me actually talk about myself. So this is Kathy Turnbull and this is Turnbull's Threads. I talk about the things that I'm crafting most of the time, and occasionally I throw in a quick extra, like this one today. So, state fair season in the state of Iowa has just finished. So, I entered a couple things in there. So, we're going to go through the things that I entered and see what people said to me. Because I haven't looked at that yet either. So, this will be so much fun. So I did enter mostly in the fabric and threads section. I had a lot of knitting. I had a couple cross stitch and then a couple of other one-offs that I entered in. So I'll show you the item. If I had a ribbon with it, it should still be attached because I brought them home and that has been all I've done with them. So let's get started because I would like to get this done faster than my usual hour ramble. Okay, so the first thing that I did, so I entered in, the Creative Arts and Crafts, the macrame category, and this here is the macrame project that I entered. Now, let's see. So it did not place in any way, shape, or form. But it does look like I have a judging sheet. So, anything? See, I got a good on it. Nice design and workmanship on the other side might suggest adding another tassel to balance the effect. Love the all cream coloration. Aw, that's nice. So apparently they were judging on workmanship, so some of this does not apply. Because cleaning, sanding, joining, not things that happened, I think, in macrame. Likewise, tooling, perspective, and stamping. Some of that is interesting. Okay. So, not a bad response. And now I kind of need to destroy this so that I can actually get it off my thing and I can hang it up again. So, yep, that is my macrame. Quite happy with that one. The other thing that I entered in the Creative Arts and Crafts section was this big guy. So, I don't know. Can you see it? Yep. So, a calligraphy that I did of Isaiah 53, the entire chapter. And happily enough, I got a ribbon for it. Well, I got an honorable mention ribbon, so it is a ribbon. I was quite happy with that when I saw that. So, that guy. Move that over. See what they said about it. So, ooh, I got a 7. Honorable mention. Overall effect, brush control. Powerful words and beautiful writing. Maybe add more design, like stained glass background? Maybe next year I'll enter something where I've done a little bit, like have a focus around the words, because I have done some where like there's a flower as a focus. So maybe, but yeah, quite happy with that. So that is the 2 that I entered into the creative arts section. So now let's start on some of my fabric and threads. So first one that I have is this one, and I'm so happy with the frame for it. The frame I did myself. Well, I did myself in that I found a thing at a thrift store, destroyed it, didn't like the color of the frame, so then proceeded to spray paint it into this black with, and it's got like iridescent sparkles on it, and it makes me so happy. Okay, anyways. They stole my clothespin. That is just rude. Okay, well. Yeah. So, for all of these, they required that you attach your tag with a clothespin. And they didn't return the clothespin. That is slightly annoying. No wonder I kept having less from last year. Okay, so that was my black work entry for this year, and let's see what people said about it. They thought it was a 5 in appearance, a 4 in workmanship, and a 5 in finishing. Frame fits well with the piece. The frame made me so happy. When using 2 threads, you would like them to lay side by side, no gaps. Beautiful color arrangement, wonderful blackwork patterns. Aw, thank you. That one's a nice one. I agree with what they said. Let's see. I threw in my first attempt at sewing because why not? This one came back with my clothespins, so yay. Happy that came back. Let's see here. In the ready to wear category. Man, staples are annoying. That's all I've got to say so far. Staples are really annoying. Circled item needs improvement. Seam finishes. Yeah. Comment, side seam. Hem not uniform. Agreed. Like the sparkly knit. Aw, that's nice. Yeah. I mean, I'm actually very happy with this for being a first sewing project. If I keep doing it, it'll get better, I'm sure. But it wasn't the first time, because nothing is the first time. Ooh, this one is my adult pullover in one color. So the oatmeal sweater by Veronica Lindberg, and I did it in Rainfall, which I really do like this color. I'm going to have fun wearing this winter. So let's see if the knitting judges were nice this year or not. Because last year they were a little harsh. So, although I heard that someone else has already read their comments that I talked to, and it sounded like the crochet judge this year might have been harsh. So maybe they were the knitting judge last year, and this year it will be a nicer judge. Let's see. Ooh. No. I have average on no knots or loose ends. Okay. Cleanliness, very good. Embellishments not applicable. Fair. Most things they said were excellent. It's nice. Gorgeous sweater. Yay! So, yep. Quite happy with this one. And I do look forward to wearing it because that one's going to be really warm. So this one I entered in the lace items. It's another sweater. It's actually the Sweet Poppy pullover because it has a really nice big lace detail in the center, which is quite beautiful. And that one came back with its pins, so I have 3 pins so far. Yeah, so far the knitting comments have been very nice. I think the person who I got comments from last year might have gone over to the crochet. Hence why these are much better. Let's see here. Comfortable sweater, obvious signs of wear, yeah. Uniformity of stitches, ribbing. Meh, okay. I mean, okay. Obvious signs of wear, yes, but that does... So, cleanliness and obvious signs of wear, I feel like was not appropriate for that one. Oh well. This is probably why I'm not a judge. So, this is one that I entered and I actually didn't think I would do very well with it, and it actually got third place. So I'm quite happy with that. This is my, one of the blankets that I've knit. I've knit a couple. This one is a really fun one. It has 3 colors and it's composed of a bunch of squares or rectangles that all then had to get seamed together. So there are so many seams in this particular blanket. It is somewhat crazy, and I ran out of yarn in certain colors halfway through it. This was an adventure one, so I knit all of the pieces and then I had to put them together. And as I was figuring out how I was going to put them together, I realized that some had more than others. And then as I started putting it together, I ended up not having enough yarn in the same color to do necessarily all of the seams that I was expecting to do. Oops. So we went with whatever yarn I had. That one was a fun adventure. So let's see what they said. Because they obviously liked it enough to give it third place, which I was very surprised when I saw that. Pleasantly surprised, but very surprised. So let's see what they think of it. Design. Interesting. That was my only comment on it. Yeah. Fair. No knots or loose ends. Yeah, no, there was a ton of, there was a great deal of knots and loose ends that you can see in that one. There's a lot of it. I guess the blanket game did not bring it this year. Yeah. The next thing that I had is this toy category for the watermelon amigurumi. Let's see, what do they say about my watermelon? Yes, I don't like these staples. These staples are very, very annoying. Cute little slice. Oh. Gauge. Stuffing visible through stitches. It might be. Yes. It is on the one side. I think it was because of how I increased there, because you start off with a ring and then you increase. So on my increases, on one side, I didn't increase it properly. That's essentially what it came down to. So you can actually see the stuffing, which, fair. Very, very fair. The next one that I have is this guy. Getting some of my things back. So I should probably show it. So this is a embroidered puck towel that I threw in one of my first embroidery projects. Have I done any others? Might be my only embroidery project, actually. So figuring out how to do satin stitching, it's not great, but it was something to add into that category. So, see what they thought of it. They probably didn't like my satin stitching. Finishing for 5. Sweet Kitchen Design. The bear and the honey pot are well stitched. The long stitches in the honey comb are a concern if used. Yeah, that's true. Because they're really long. So for like the satin stitch here, like it's super long and I didn't tack it down in any way because I didn't know how to do that. And I might have seen a video that explains how to do that. We shall see at some point. Oh, look at that. They took my safety pin again. Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah. I should probably try some embroidery again. So the next one is the Silver Lake Swan that I did. You probably saw it a while back. So picture under 15 inches because it is under 15 inches. So the way they calculate so a lot of their categories, at least for cross stitch, they do it based off of the size of it, right? And somewhat the technique. So if it's on Aida versus if it's on linen, and then how big the picture is. So there's no real like Halloween or anything like that category. Let's see. Some of the cross stitches, the thread is twisted and not lying side by side in the medium gray, especially the beads add an interesting perspective. Ha! Interesting. Fair enough. I am not super particular about how I lay my stitches down. I'm not doing it too precisely the same. If I'm lucky, they will all end up the same, but sometimes I am not. Safety pin. So this one is my shift cowl. This one was fun. This one I actually really like the design of. It is a really great cowl. So if you like fun mosaic knitting, I highly recommend that one. And if you're just getting into it, that one's a pretty good place to start too. Let's see, what did they think about it? Nice shift. Oh, they apparently could find loose ends. Probably could. There's a number of shifts on it, and the way I weave my ends in doesn't always turn out quite right. Ooh. So let's see if I can get this out of here. Okay, so this is 3 Christmas ornaments, I believe. And now I'm trying to get it over the humpy thingy. Ah, there we go. Perfect. Okay. I got my safety pin back. So, yay. Can I get it off? The next question. Ha! I did. Okay, so you had to enter, like for this category, you entered 3 ornaments. And that was what you were judged on. So I entered this group of 3. So 2 Mill Hill Christmas trees. And the third is a sleigh. I have shown these before, so I'm not going to show them again. 3rd place, yay. Let's see what they said. Ooh. Finishing is excellent. Beads are well attached. What happened to the blank space below the purple bow? Well stitched. Okay. Purple bow? What? Oh, I bet she's talking about on here. That's the design. Okay, well, I don't know if the judge who did this watches Flosstuber would even know what this is, but so I get what she's asking about. So there's a purple bow here, and it's a bow on a wreath, and the wreath is not stitched. Therefore, it is empty space. So she's asking why there's nothing there. Well, there's nothing there because it's a wreath space. And it's really hard to cut out. Like, I'm pretty sure, yeah, no, that would be impossible to cut out too. So that's what happened to that space. Okay. Now I know what she's talking about. Oof. Why would you do that? They killed my safety pin. Okay, so perforated paper entry was Mr. Santa. He's a magnet. It's actually a pretty good magnet because it takes 2. Let's see. What do they say about Mr. Santa? I have to say, this year the comments have been much nicer than the comments were last year. Oof. Open. Finishing clipping one with one paper square at a time will give you better control and neater edges. Santa hat? A great face and beard? I don't know what that last bit means. Or maybe Santa has a great face and beard. Maybe that's what they're saying, that I did a good job with the face and beard on Santa. I assume. I don't know. I guess? Okay. Okay, we'll go with that. I think that's what they mean. Oh yes. This one you haven't seen, and this one I am super happy with. Well, you have seen Poppy, right? And then I had to add some drama to her. So I went ahead and I painted the canvas. And I love how it looks. So because I painted the canvas and it's like really near the edges in terms of like how far out it goes, if I were to frame it in any way, it really would take away some of that drama just because of how much extra space I had left on it. So I decided that I would do it over stretcher bars and then basically put felt on the back. And that worked out well. They once again have gypped me out of a safety pin. Man, they owe me like 5 safety pins at this point. Okay. So, that is that one. I really love her, and I can't wait until she goes up on my wall. I'm excited about that one. That one will be fun to put up. Let's see what they said about her. Beep. Very unique painting on the background cloth. Most of the cross stitches look good, but the light pink has tension issues. Edges of the wings are beautiful. Aw, thank you. Light pink. Tension issues. I'm not sure what she... light pink. Maybe the skin? I don't know. I don't know what she's talking about. This would be one place where like a diagram would be helpful. So, okay. Go with it. Let's see. This one is a shawl in one color that I entered this one into because it is a shawl in one color. Oh. Oh, I should probably actually show you it. So this is my shawl. Whoop. Shawl, one color, triangle shawl. So you start out small and it gets very big very fast, and then you are taking forever to knit things. Yeah, that is the one thing about shawls. You either start out small and then you end up like with hundreds of stitches that you have to do at the very end, or you start off and you have to cast on hundreds of stitches and then you end up really small at the end. So you don't really have a nice middle ground on that one. Let's see. Well, nice use of gradient yarn. Thank you. I was quite happy with that one. Oof. Okay. Grab a couple more things. Ooh, my hat. So I want to say this is the White Sands from the National Parks, 52 National Parks, I believe it is, Knittingham. So there's a bunch of hats inspired by the national parks that I don't remember who, but they made a book about it. It's relatively easy to find. There are a couple of errors in the book, I will say that. There's a couple of errors in some of her charts, so be careful when you're knitting them. But they do create some really nice hats, and they are fun to knit. They are very, very fun to knit. And let's see. Ribbing. Cute hat. Cute. Thank you. Yeah, these comments are way more positive than they were last year. Let's see. Oh, I have an honorable mention on this one. So this is a test knit that I did actually. So this was my Falling Leaves cardigan, which I am quite happy with. It turned out really nicely. And it's actually really nice to wear too. I quite enjoyed that one. Let's see. So that one got entered in the adult cardigan multiple yarns because they do, even if you're not doing color work, if you use more than one yarn, which I did on that one, I held 2 yarns together, which is why you get that marling effect. So by marling, I mean like that, well, here, let me pull it up. So marling, whenever I talk about marling, when you see like, instead of being a straight flat color like this one is, you have 2 colors that are noticeably like grouped together. That grouping together of the colors is marling. And you get that by holding 2 yarns together. So their categories at least Iowa State Fair are a lot of times with the different things. So like you'll have an adult sweater and then an adult sweater an adult sweater with 1 color yarn, an adult sweater with multiple colors of yarn, etc., etc. So there's that. Let's see. They thought that my variegated yarn hides the cable and lace patterns. I mean, it does a little bit, but I'm very happy with how it turned out. No knots or loose ends. There's some, is what they said there. This well-secured buttons. Good job, me. I can secure a button. Beautiful sweater. Oh, thank you. Yeah. That one, fair criticism. The variegation, like, because I held the 2 yarns together, it does somewhat mask the pattern. It would be a lot clearer if I didn't do that, but wanted to, so I did. Mostly because because I needed to tone down that color for me. So the base yarn is a bright, like, green jade color, but it's a little bit too grass greeny for what I would prefer. And for my wardrobe. So I toned it down by adding in a dark green thread, and that marling ends up causing that. My next one is mittens. These were the mittens I entered. I really do like these mittens. I use them so much in February and March because these were the pair that I brought with me to Alaska. And I am super happy and proud of these guys. They probably may say something about the cleanliness on these ones because these also have obvious signs of wear. Because I did wear them and then I like super wore them and they got really dirty and so they got washed a couple of times. But I made them out of a yarn that is washable. So that made me happy. Let's see. Heavy signs of wear. Yes. They did get worn a lot. Slight puckering of collarwork stitches. Buttons well secured. Nice mittens. Thank you. Yeah, I know there's heavy signs of wear. So on the cleanliness thing, when they're circling it, I think that is not a fair criticism for this. Now, they are clean because I've washed them. Like, there's no dirt, there's no smell, they're clean. So cleanliness is not a thing that I need to improve on. This person just wants it to be things that haven't been worn, which is a different category, I feel like. Not quite the same thing. Let's see here. Oh, this one is Swedish weaving. So I did have 2 placemats here that are Swedish weaving. Quite happy with them, so I threw those in. I do want to continue to add things in the Swedish weaving category, so I need to remember to make some earlier and faster this year. Or at least work on my really big project, because I have a blanket that I am working on for that. It takes a long... Swedish weaving takes time. It takes a significant portion of time. But I did get an honorable mention on them, so yay! At least the blankets take time. Kind of like knitting a blanket. It takes a chunk of time. So, let's see what they say about my Swedish weaving. Oof, 30 minutes. Can I finish this in an hour? Maybe. I still have a number of projects to go through, though. So we'll see. Finished nicely. Design on some of the loops are very loose. It looks nice. Aw, thank you. Very nice. Ooh, and then this one, the Sharts cowl, which goes like this. Quite happy with this one. It's a lace cowl. I think it ended up going in the fingering cowl weight because, like, they didn't have a lace cowl section, but such is life. It's very interesting, like, some of the things that they rule on. I think you can enter lace stuff. Well, you can enter lace stuff, I think, in some of the, like, one color things, but they specifically say that you're not allowed to enter lace in certain areas, and then there's at least one, the cowl section specifically, where you can't actually, like, you're excluded from entering it in an other lace item. However, there is no lace cowl, like, section, so it was like, huh, interesting. Loose ends, several noted. There should only be, like, 2. Embellishments, beads well secured. They should be. They went over the stitch. So nice. Well done. Thank you. Yeah. up at the top is where she's seeing the ends. And I probably on the bottom too. But that's the only places, because that was from one skein of yarn, so it's like it didn't have, that's probably what. Sometimes. Okay. More things. They did not disappear my safety pin that time. Safety pin! They did silly put it though. Why did you do that? That's just all over the place. Okay. Ugh, it's icky. Yuck. Okay. Yucky stuff is off my frame. Good. Stay off my frame. So this was a quote on linen. It's probably not going to stay in this frame. This was kind of a throw it in something. Motto under 15 inches using a linen technique instead of being an Aida. Okay. What did they have to say about it? Ooh, this one has more writing. The cauldron on the lower left and others do the long stitch first and then the short ones. I'm confused. Oh, she wants me to put the, I think she wants me to put the like back stitching that goes on after you do the cross stitching underneath the cross stitching, I feel like. Interesting color choices. The skeleton teeth are interesting. Watch for tension, evenness. I mean, fair, probably the tension, evenness thing. But the other thing, I think she wants me to backstitch and then cross stitch on top of my backstitch. I think. I'm confused. Okay, whatever. We'll go with it. Oh, sometimes you get things and you're like, I don't know what you're trying to tell me. Oh, yes, one of my sleeveless, so this one in the sleeveless sweater vest category. It's a nice sleeveless sweater. Also something that I wear frequently, so we'll see if whoever judged these was like, oh, it's not clean, obvious signs of wear. It's like, yes, it is clean. Nope, did not. Excellent use of variegated yarn. Oh, thank you. Well done. There are loose ends. Okay, yeah. Aww. She didn't find signs of wear. I do have a sweater that I think she is going to find signs of wear, as well as my socks. Because guess what? I have worn them. Because I do not knit things for the state fair. I knit things and then I find categories in which they fit at the state fair. Because I enjoy making things. It's fun to show them off and be like, oh, this is cool. You would find this interesting, but yeah. I don't make it for the state fair. There are definitely some projects that are made for the state fair. And some of those are impressive, but I don't know. I can't see the point. Nice hat. Oh, found knots or loose ends. Oh, there's my loose end. So white sands. This one was a fun one to make. It actually involved a pretty interesting technique in order to get like the ridges. It involves like knitting down and under. It was really cool. I won't go into it much more than that. Oh, my socks. Socks of one yarn color. I have no doubt that she saw signs of wear on these guys because they have been worn and washed actually multiple times. Many times. So, let's see if she dinged me on cleanliness. Yes, she did. Wear noted. Yeah, I know, because I've worn them. Loose ends. Hanging on outside. Really? Trying to find out. I don't think any of mine are hanging on the outside. I think what she was seeing might have been this, which is actually one of the signs of wear, not a loose thread. So I think that's what she meant. Or maybe that. Eh. Cute socks. Thank you. Oh boy. I think I'm down to 3 projects left. Okay. This one, she's also going to ding me on cleanliness because it's worn. And actually, this one, the yarn itself, I don't think I will ever get this yarn by this company again just because of how it worked for me. Like, it pilled pretty much right away. I wore it once and it was super pilled on it. So I was like, not a huge fan of this. I do like the colors, though. So this is the Vela. Fun color work. So this would be adult sweater, 2 colors, 2 yarns. And see what was said. Yep, signs of wear. I haven't actually worn that much. Beautiful sweater. Oh, thank you. Yeah. So all of those have signs of wear because I do actually wear these things. That one, though, that one I barely wore and started showing signs of wear, so I'm not... Yeah. I don't like that yarn. I don't think I have... Well, I just got what I had for it because they gave me a discount code in order to test knit that particular sweater. I like the sweater pattern. I probably would make adjustments to it because it just doesn't fit my body type quite as well as I would like it to. The short rows end up making it weird on me. So, there's that. But, no, it's a beautiful pattern. Let's see. Well done. Oh, they said nothing else. So I should probably tell you what I actually did. So this is a lace shawl that I made. And sometimes it's really hard to see the pattern, but like if you get it up against something, you can definitely see it. Thank you. Well done. So it's a very big lace shawl. And I do like knitting lace. Knitting lace is fun. Fun and interesting. Okay. We are on my last thing that I entered into the state fair. Yes? Yes, I think it is. Because I don't have anything else. So, the last thing that I entered was this. And It is my final third place. So, I think I got 2 third places and they put sticky on my back. I actually really like the frame on this one, so I think I am going to leave it in here and hang this as it is. Come on. Whee! Okay. So, I should probably show it. So this is it. I think this was like my second or third thing that I showed at one point on this channel. It's footprints. It's a Bucilla kit on an even weave, so it's a linen technique. I'm pretty sure I put it in verse motto. Ooh, what's it say? Over 15 inches. Because it was over 15 inches. And it did pretty well on that one. So, quite happy with that. Let's see what they said about it. There we go. Let's see, 5, third. The frame is appropriate. The lettering is excellent. Stitch tension is good. Thanks. Sometimes these are funny. Yes, the frame is appropriate. The tension is good. The stitching on it is great. Thank you. Okay, well, with that, my final project is done. I now need to put all of these things away again, back where they belong, now that I have finally shown everyone, because it's been about a week and a half, and it's just been sitting in my living room. So, with this done, and now that I have gone through all of the comments, I will say this year was a lot better than last year's. I am pretty sure that the person who judged crochet was the person who judged knitting last year, because some of those comments, yeah. People are so nice sometimes. So, now that I'm done, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give it a like and subscribe. I do accept comments, questions, concerns down below. Keep in mind I do accept them. That doesn't mean I will necessarily reply to them quickly, or if they are inappropriate, doesn't mean I won't delete them. Let's see. I should be coming out with something fairly shortly. Fairly shortly being like 2 weeks after I actually film it. Probably going through what I've done in August, and yeah, if you want to hang out some more, there's other videos here for you, and I will be putting out some more in the future, so I hope you had fun. I did manage to make this less than an hour, but not by much. I'm so good at this. So with that, I guess, goodbye, good evening, have a great day, a great weekend, week, month, and see you again soon. Bye!